There were several attempts to duplicate the WipEout formula of fast-paced futuristic 3D racing over the years since its original splash on the PS1. While matching that game's hype and fluidity precisely didn't really happen, even with some of the later entries in that series, some imitators did at least try to do something different with the formula to try to push in new directions. One such title was Hypersonic Extreme, or HSX, on the PlayStation 2. Those of you in PAL regions might know it as G-Surfers, but by the time Majesco brought it to the US with a new name in January of 2003, it had apparently been crossed with some Mountain Dew and Radical Nacho Chips to get its new extreme name. The base game is adequate. The frame rate's not what it could be, and they probably could have done a better job with draw distance, but the music's suitable and the physics are reasonably solid. You've got your typical Grand Prix and time trial modes, but no combat, which is honestly something that WipEout did that I don't really miss here. Lastly, I have to say, as someone who enjoys generating made-up names for fantasy and sci-fi roleplay settings, I kinda dig the ones they've dreamed up for your competitors. Now you may be wondering, with a game this middling, why would it stick out from the rest of the PS2's library? The answer is Track Edit. Hidden inside this bargain bin vanilla ice cream is a full-fledged track editor with an impressive amount of flexibility, right down to the initial selection of where your track will be located on planet Earth. Behind that is a free-form track construction set that made me fondly recall the many years of enjoyment I got from the Racing Destruction set on the Commodore 64. Turns, rises, drops, loops, jumps, corkscrews, even track scenery are all at your fingertips as you build a track that you can drop in and drive at any moment. Beyond that, I'm actually kind of impressed that the AI is able to handle the custom tracks just as well as the pre-made tracks on the game. That tells you they weren't written to just follow preset lines on a track, but actually how to handle turns and screws on the fly just like you would. If all this tickles your fancy, you can probably find it at your local used game store for dirt cheap. It might not have been the greatest wiper-outer, but those racers with a creative spark might enjoy the chance to fire it up and get your future on. Got any fond memories of track or level builders in games from your past? Let me know here or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll catch you guys all again next week.